I'm Alexander Surya Jayanty. It's 10:49 a.m. September 23rd. So a piece of this is a lot of these guys I'm being held hostage by are all about building trust, um, being covert, and infiltrating. So they like to be covert and infiltrate. And part of the ways they infiltrate and are covert is through disguise. So there's a lot of weirdos, key terrorists, holding me hostage with this tech, stalking my brain, and then pretending to report what I report because what I report disguises them. That's the disguise they wear. So they pretend my analysis is theirs, my letters, my documents, etc., in order to look like they're good or investigators or the victim, whatever they're doing. I'm not an investigator. I'm just a victim of these crimes. That's why. And I'm a victim of all their tech and a victim of all sorts of weird stuff and all sorts of data was flowing through my brain via telepathy, 12 to 17 hours a day for 5 years and 7 months now. But part of their hustle is they like to wear disguises, and that's one of their ways they go covert. Um, is they go in disguise and pretend to be the good guy, pretend to be the investigator, pretend to be trying to catch evildoers, but they're really evildoers trying to catch themselves. So a piece of this is a lot of these terrorists are stalking me for my information and my analysis, and then they'll report it and pretend it's theirs, so they look like they're on the good side or trying to help me, or I don't know what they're doing, or pretend to be the victim in order to uh, try to hinder suspicion of them, something of that nature. They're doing something, Shay. They're basically trying to get off the radar of suspicion and as a suspect. So, something of that nature. But another thing these guys may be doing for trust building is, like for instance, sometimes when I report to law enforcement and things I report to protect my family, some of these weirdos, this is what they claim. I'm not sure if it's true, but this is what I hear via telepathy. I'll report stuff to law enforcement trying to defend my family, protect us from these weirdos. And then there's some of these terrorists stalking me, and they'll like hack me and try to stop me from whatever I'm reporting to law enforcement to my family. And then maybe they try to report it to my family before me so that they can look like they're on my family's side and defending my family when it's really me defending my family. So that's a weird little tactic these fucking weirdo psychopaths do. It's really creepy. I don't know if they really report to them or not, but they claim they do. So it kind of creeps me out. So if they do, there's something weird about it because they'll start blocking my Facebook. They'll start blocking my emails. They'll block my phone. And I don't know if they report anything to my family or not, but if they do, they try to do it before me to pretend like they're protecting my family, but they're really serial killers trying to go in disguise, and they're evildoers. They try to report to people I know and people I report to before me. So that's a piece of their hustle. It's really weird. So maybe that's one of their trust building tactics and pretend like I'm on your side when they aren't. They're evildoers trying to get in close and cultivate trust. So be wary of who does that, especially the people who hack my computer, hack my Facebook, hack my emails, hack my phones. Those are some of the people trying to steal the data that I report to people. And they try to do it before me so they can pretend they're watching out for people when they're not. So that's one of their key tactics, whether Squirt Crap or Blow Mitch or whoever, or Bologna. There's a lot of, or some weirdo cops. So be wary for that. But one of the things I was also thinking that these terrorists might be doing is they try to up their status and pretend they solve things and pretend they solve cases that they don't. Supposedly they're making videos of catching people and this and that, but the people they're catching are part of their terrorist organization. And maybe that's how they try to up their investigative status and up their credibility and up trust and up people's trust in them. So that may be one of their tactics. For all you know, these terrorists may be bribing people to commit crimes and then they catch them, pretend they bribe them to commit crimes, then they catch them. But because they bribed them and they're on their team, they'll catch them and be like, we'll take it from here. And pretend like they're going to take them to prison, but they really just release them to commit crimes again and catch them again to up their investigative status and up their people's trust in them. So that may be a piece of their hustle too. So they got weird tactics like that. So you should analyze all those things too. And these weird tactics they may be utilizing. I've never caught anyone. I just write to law enforcement. It's not my job. I'm a fucking victim. I've never caught anyone doing anything other than writing to law enforcement about odd observations. I've never arrested anyone in my life, not even a citizen's arrest. So what are they talking about? But that may be one of their tactics. So they got a lot of weird shit like that they do. And there is something weird. They're always trying to contact, like when I'm writing about stuff about things that may endanger my family, they always try to block me from getting to my family first, which is weird. So they do that with other things too. And they're always trying to race me to report the information I report. They try to race me to reporting and try to report whatever I'm going to report before me. And one of the ways they do that is they have people stalking me 24/7, hacking me. And like they'll hack my YouTube, they'll hack my emails, they'll hack my Facebook, my phones, whatever method of communication I'll use to try to deliver information. When they see I have a key point, they'll start hacking me and try to send it somewhere before I can even send it to anyone. So look for those people. Those are some of the key terrorists. Those are some of the key people trying to go covert, disguise themselves as good, and wear a mask of good when they're some of the key terrorists and key people trying to infiltrate. Key point. But yeah, look for weird tactics like that, these weird trust building and upping investigative status tactics. They may be staging stuff and trying to sell this idea of problem solver. And we caught this guy and caught that guy, but they didn't catch shit. And they're probably hiring the terrorists. And that's another way they go covert, is like they look like they're these expert investigators doing their job while also trying to up their power as an investigator and credibility so they're more believable, which then aids them in committing more crime. Because the more credibility they have, the more they're trusted, the more they can try to frame people, peddle misinformation, take people down, the more they're trusted. So that's a key point. And they will do that. They'll manufacture evidence, and now people aren't questioning it or analyzing it. They'll peddle slander. People aren't questioning it and analyzing it. So they keep trying to up their investigative status and their credibility so that they can acquire that power and then abuse it and use it for frames, theft, etc. So that's another piece of their tactics. Praise Jesus.